In my last video, we found out that each episode of Better Call Saul has a specific intro. For example, every first episode has the Statue of Liberty intro, and every season finale has a mug crashing onto the ground. We discussed that the season finale usually has a moment of shock and brings tension for our main characters. You can say that the season finales have those mug-dropping moments. That's interesting and all, but what's going on today? The intro for every season finale seems pretty straightforward, right? But what does the intro for every season premiere mean? Today, we're going to be discussing the secret meaning behind the Better Call Saul intro for its season premieres. An intro that is literally just showcasing an inflatable Statue of Liberty.
What?
Before we get into it though, be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss a video I upload. Now that the ad is over, let's get into it. Jesse Plemons, aka Todd, he packed on a little bit of weight. Every Better Call Saul premiere starts off with the classic black and white Gene scenes before cueing the intro and going back into the action of the past. Every Gene scene makes reference to Saul Goodman, and we see how Saul Goodman continues to haunt Gene. The intro further establishes how Jimmy/Gene is haunted by the past of Saul Goodman. The fake Statue of Liberty represents Jimmy's persona of Saul Goodman, a phony two-bit hustler of a lawyer that swindles people through his creative schemes. With the way the statue is framed in this shot, the inflatable almost looks sinister, which helps add the effect that the statue acts as a haunting figure onto Jimmy. To further push this idea, in the intro, it shows a quick flash of black and white, referencing its tie to the teaser of the episode. In Season 1, Episode 1's Uno, Jimmy or Gene is seen working at a Cinnabon far, far away from his hometown of Albuquerque. After work, he goes home and watches the TV. On the TV, a man speaks and utters the words, as some of you may know, in his adolescent years, Jimmy had the nickname
Slippin' Jimmy.
This remembrance causes Jimmy to bring out the old VHS tapes and miserably watches the old Saul Goodman commercials. Also worth noting that the commercial can be seen in color on Gene's glasses while everything else is in black and white. Why? Maybe we'll talk about that in another video. Right now, Gene is stressed out from his past life, as we can see by him loading his cup with 3 different kinds of liquor. But no matter what he does, he cannot shake Saul Goodman off. As he continues to watch, the screen cuts to black and we see the inflatable figure. On the next season premiere, Season 2, Episode 1, Switch, we see Gene close the store and attempt to take out the garbage. At the dumpsters, he accidentally locks himself in. To get out, he can either bang on the door for help, or use the emergency exit that will phone the police and blast a loud alarm. To be on the safe side, Gene stays put. When he's finally released, about 3 hours later, the camera pans into where Gene was sitting. After a few moments, we see that Gene etched something into the wall. He wrote, "SG was here." SG obviously refers to Saul Goodman. Once again, we see a reference of Jimmy's haunting past before cutting to the show's intro. Season 3, Episode 1's Maybelle shows Gene taking a lunch break as he gets wrapped up in helping the cops catch a young teenager who shoplifted some DVDs. Or that's what it looks like anyway. As the cop arrests the young man, Gene has this feeling overcome him and he shouts,
"Say nothing, you understand? Get a lawyer!" Get a lawyer.
With the way Bob Odenkirk did the performance, it seemed like the demon of Saul forced its way up to blur out that sentence before Gene stuffs him back down in his psyche. Soon after, Jimmy collapses on the floor, Walter White style, before cutting to the intro once again. Season 4, Episode 1, Smoke takes up immediately after we saw Gene collapse in the previous season. Jimmy barely leaves the hospital in one piece before getting into a cab. However, the cab driver keeps looking at Gene. The taxi driver has a piece of Albuquerque memorabilia attached to his mirror. We get a hint that this man possibly knows that the dude sitting in his cab is Saul Goodman. Then Gene abruptly gets out of the cab and hurries home. One after another, Saul Goodman is slowly ruining Gene's life here in Omaha. This time, the version of Saul Goodman haunting Jimmy is not a spirit, but a man who knows him, who is possibly a client or an enemy of Saul. Lastly, with Season 5, Episode 1's Magic Man, Gene is confronted by the taxi driver Jeff in the mall. A paranoid Gene doesn't want to admit anything to Jeff, who has a suspicious friend next to him. Friend, quote unquote. This friend could either be a police officer or one of Jeff's passengers that had to take the unfortunate detour to the mall. Eventually, Gene says the slogan,
Better call Saul.
What? I can't even hear that.
Better call Saul.
Once again, and do the point.
Better call Saul.
Later on, fearing for his life, Gene calls up Ed to disappear once more. However,
I've changed my mind.
Gene decides to not go through with it. Here's the last example we have of Saul Goodman haunting Jimmy. Saul's haunted him through a TV ad, writing on the wall, a quasi-possession, a possible ex-client or enemy, and verbally through the words that once brought him joy and success. In short, the intros for the season premieres of Better Call Saul represent Jimmy's past haunting him in the Gene days, post-Breaking Bad. As we've seen in the flash forwards, Jimmy's past haunts him in different ways, and with the way Season 5 left off, it seems like Jimmy might be taking a stand against this oppression. But we'll have to wait and see how the Gene saga concludes. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching. If you want more Breaking Bad / Better Call Saul content, I got a whole playlist of stuff you can watch, ranging from more video essays to rants to reviews. No fucking way! Are you shitting me? But anyway, that's it for the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, leave a comment if you leave a comment, subscribe for any between me, you, Peter Gould, Vince Gilligan, and Heisenberg. Have a wonderful day, and peace.